Hello everyone, this is Nikki from Witchy Nikki Kitchen Witch. And tonight, well, today is Tuesday, September 17th, and we are going to be having a full moon in Pisces and partial lunar eclipse tonight. And I am going to be making meatloaf with squash, butternut squash, and corn for dinner. Now, to get things started, I like to cleanse my kitchen space. I've already prepped and prepared some things so that way my video isn't very long. Okay, so with that being said, let's do this. I also have to be careful. I just got my nails done today, so I don't want to burn my nails. They're so pretty. See? Okay, here we are. My letter says, "Oh, hello there." So, hello everyone. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back. Cleanse all this energy, all the negative energy, get rid of it, okay? Clear the space. Cleanse you. Cleanse me. Thank you, Spirit, for providing this wonderful meal I'm about to make. And that it nourishes everyone that's eating it. Thank you. Okay, so the recipe calls for half chopped onion sauteed. You can add green bell pepper if you like, but I don't have any of that. So I'm going to do the half chopped onion, and I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients into the hamburger. I've got 2 pounds of organic hamburger. So I'm going to saute that. I've already cut in half a butternut squash and place that in the oven already with some water in the bottom of the pan, because that's what you want to do, and 2 tablespoons of butter in each, well, 1 tablespoon in each half, with some salt and pepper and garlic powder. So I've already got that in the oven baking at 350 degrees. I'm going to take my pan here. I'm going to rinse it out first, okay? Got a fair-sized baking pan here for meatloaf, a loaf pan. I'm going to spray some cooking spray inside of it. And I will be using gloves to mix my breadcrumbs and milk and onion and meat and eggs together for this pan here, because I don't want to screw up my nice nails, okay? I've got some canola oil cooking spray. You don't need a whole lot. So, like a teaspoon or so of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, whatever, however you want to call it, it's there. Put that in here, in the ground beef. Italian seasoning. You make a meatloaf. Italian, so I'm gonna put some in there. Pepper. Put some in there. I've got some sea salt. Now, table salt and sea salt are two different things I've learned. Okay, now when you're cooking, go easy on the sea salt because it definitely has far more potency than your normal table salt. I've learned the hard way. Trust me, my dishes sometimes don't turn out the way I want them to because too much salt was added. Okay, sea salt. Garlic powder. All of this is pretty much to your taste, but limit yourself. Know how much you can and cannot handle, especially when you're doing 2 pounds. Okay. Two eggs. Put them in there. We're gonna check on our onions. It says to saute them, so you want to make them. What it means is that you want to make them a little bit softer, more pliable before you put them in your meat mixture. Because when you put them in, like fresh, hard and crunchy in your meatloaf recipe, that's exactly what you're gonna get when it comes out, and it actually creates like spaces within your meatloaf where um, it doesn't mesh well all together. So you've got some more open spaces in your meatloaf than if you were to saute your onions, and that way everything is more pliable. Okay? So that's another lesson that I learned in my cooking career. Okay? Try that. Works. 3/4 cup Italian seasoning breadcrumb, okay? Or you can use panko or whatever kind of breadcrumb you like. I chose Italian seasoning flavor, okay? Add that to your meat. Lastly, you're gonna want to add 3/4 cup of milk as well. And then mix all that together, but don't over mix it, otherwise you're gonna have a dense meatloaf. Check on those onions there. Brown them up pretty good. I'm gonna shut them off. And I'm gonna start mixing my meat together, and then I'm gonna slowly add the onions. Gloves. I'm doing it. Usually I use my hands, but today I'm not, okay? I like my new nails and I don't want to mess them up. I can do that at work tomorrow. So if you can see me here, here's our bowl of goodies. I want to mix all that together with those onions. I'm going to take them off. I don't want to get apart. I don't want to part onions. But when they caramelize, that's when you get really, really, really good flavor. Adds a little bit of sugar in there too. These gloves are kind of big, so they're kind of pulling up my fingers. Mix all that together. All right, now I think it's time for the onions. Never mind my gloved hands here. They're kind of gross. There we go. Kind of give it like a little bit of toss. Make sure all those onions are incorporated in your dish. I don't know how much further I can use these gloves because they're falling right off my hands, okay? I'm getting kind of antsy. I'll take these off. And I might have to resort to my hands. And I add a little bit more salt and pepper because it is 2 pounds. Wash my hands. Now that I've washed my hands, I'm going to take all my rings off. This is about to get messy, okay? And if any of you weren't aware, if you don't follow me on my social media, my Facebook, I recently got engaged. Here's my engagement ring. I'm very happy. Yay! Now, back to the meatloaf recipe. A little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper, a little bit more garlic powder, okay? Just a little bit. All right. We're gonna mix it just a little bit more, nicely, not rough. My meatloaf's gonna be dense. We don't want that. Eggs in here, there's breadcrumbs in here, onions, some milk. Okay. Now we're gonna put it in that loaf pan there. Right there. I've already sprayed it. I mean, okay. It is quite sticky, that's for sure. I swear I didn't overmix it, but you have to make sure that everything is incorporated together. Gross. Like playing in the mud, yo. Like clay, I don't know. Just not necessarily the feeling that I like in between my hands. It's like kindergarten class. Don't know if I like that so much. I was kind of never really that kind of a dirty person, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands. Alright folks, I know my kitchen's a mess, but now that we have our meat in our loaf pan, we're gonna do the topping. Wing it, okay? Ketchup, barbecue sauce, whatever else you want to use. Just make sure that it's saucy, sweet, and salty. Creates a nice smooth cover over your meatloaf, and then put it on there. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna put my milk and my eggs away. I don't want to go bad. Ketchup. Most people just put ketchup on the top, spread it on, all is well. I'm gonna add a little bit extra, okay? Because I'm extra. barbecue sauce. Famous Dave's, why not? I don't care what kind you use. I'm gonna put some garlic powder in there because it's gotta taste good. It's gotta match your meatloaf, man. Okay. Give this a little stir, and then I'm going to give it a little spreader and spread it on. And then I want to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 50 to 55 minutes, up to an hour, okay, depending on your oven. Just remember that. Keep checking your meatloaf. If it doesn't look like it's done, go take it out. You can also like do like a brown sugar kind of a sauce, put mustard in it if you want to. It all just depends on what your flavor is. Okay. For me, I've got ketchup, I've got barbecue sauce, and I've got garlic powder in there. Okay. I don't want it to over flavor my meatloaf because that's not okay. You know, the sauce sometimes is not that important. It's the meatloaf. Here we go. Can you see me? Maybe I'll bring it in a little closer. Look at that. Here we go. Pour that on top. Kind of like you're baking a cake, you know, but you're baking a meat cake. You gotta put some frosting on there. It's kind of almost like the same concept, okay, guys? I like using analogies every once in a while. All right. Look at that. It was a perfect amount. It's empty. Okay. Now I'm gonna put it in the oven at 350, and I'll see you back. Okay.